So it starts with a boy and a girl in which the boy's name was Lockwood. They go to an old house because they actually do the work of ghost hunting, and here they also came from this house to haunt ghosts. The owner of the house tells them that since my husband has died, I am afraid to go to my house because there is a ghost inside, there is a spirit. That's why now you both have to get him out of here, after which they go inside the house to do their work. And here we come to know that this girl Lockwood's companion Lucy has the power that she can hear the voice of ghosts. And the way the owner of the house died, Lucy is scared by feeling it. Talking about Lockwood, he was a very good swordsman, and he has the power that he can hear the voice of ghosts and can also see them. As soon as night falls, they both start looking for the ghost. Because it is obvious that ghosts come at night, both go to a room where they feel like that ghost. Because of which Lockwood himself starts looking for the ghost, while Lucy tells him to make a shelter to protect her. When Lucy was coming back from a room with luggage, then suddenly a spirit comes there. Seeing this, Lucy gets a little scared and calls Lockwood for help. Then when he comes there, he tells Lucy to talk to that spirit. And when she tries to talk to the spirit and hear its voice, then she finds out that that spirit is in a lot of pain. But before she could understand anything further, the spirit attacks her and tries to make her fall down the stairs. After which this scene is cut from here and comes 3 years ago. And we know that at such a young age, there was no one else to put this dangerous Lucy but her mother. Because after her father's death, her financial condition deteriorated a lot. She needed money. And when she found out that Lucy has the power that she can hear the voice of ghosts, then she took her to an agency, which takes advantage of the helplessness of such poor families. They train their children for such difficult tasks and use them for their work. After leaving the agency, Lucy pleads to her mother that please mom, don't put me in this trouble. I also want to live a peaceful life like the children of my age. I don't want to live in fear of ghosts every day. But her mother was so greedy that she could not see anything other than money. Then even if she had to lose her daughter's life for that money, after which Lucy's training starts immediately. Meaning, she was being taught how to do her work. She was being told how to control the wandering souls in the world and use them. And then, in a short time, because of her ability, she does her work very well and wins everyone's heart. Here she becomes friends with a girl. Both promise that after the training is complete, we will not be used by our family members, and we will go to London, work for some good agency, and make our name. After this, these people leave for their next mission, where they face such a dangerous ghost that it was very difficult to compete with it. Although all these people bravely face that ghost, but all the people are killed except Lucy and her friend. But her friend was not right. She had come under the control of that ghost. But later when this case is investigated, Lucy's boss puts the blame of this whole case on her. Lucy was in a lot of tension because of this whole incident. But even in this difficult situation, instead of understanding her, she said, you go back to your job and work there with your boss's forgiveness. But because of all this, she was very tensed. So without any other way, she runs away from her house and leaves for London alone. She felt that although my training was not completed, but because of my ability, I will get a job in a good agency. But this time too, she did not get anything except embarrassment. And after this, she gets an ad from a private agency. The agency's name was Lockwood Co. 2 boys were running it who were her age. Yes, of course, this was the agency in which she came and met Lockwood. Lockwood Co. Agency, that is, those 2 boys now needed a third member. But no one was able to meet their standards. So Lucy goes to them for a job. And without fear of any test, she gives the right answer to each of their questions, which makes them very impressed. Now Lockwood's agency was not that big, but being a part of it was not a small thing for Lucy. She also gets a place to live in Lockwood's house. And from now on, these 3 were going to run this agency, that is, Lockwood, his partner and Lucy. From here, Lucy starts her new life. Lockwood encourages her, makes her believe that one day we will make this agency the largest agency in London with our hard work. After which the story comes back to the present time. Yes, at the house of that old woman, Lockwood and Lucy had gone for their case. When Lucy fell from the stairs due to the attack of that soul, now Lockwood fights with that soul to save her life and makes her run away from there. After which they go to the room where the source of this soul, that is, the reason for the soul to be here, for which she is still stuck in this world, or it is said to be attached. And that thing is the body of this girl, because because the girl was murdered here, after which she was buried in the wall here. And this is the reason that to take her revenge, she is still hanging around here. The soul comes here again and attacks them. But to save Lockwood's life, Lucy breaks crackers there, from whose fire the soul runs away from there. But these people had set fire to the house. After which Lucy takes out her ring from her body and keeps it with her before locking the source of the soul. After completing their work, they jump out of both the windows and save their lives, because the fire had spread throughout the house. But because of the fall, Lucy was also conscious. And when she comes to her senses, Lockwood does not show her anywhere. The police had also come here, which immediately sends her to the hospital. Now after getting stuck in some more problem, Lucy comes back home. Now let's see Lockwood, whom the inspector had taken with him, whose job was to keep an eye on such agency. The inspector tells him that you burnt the whole house of that woman. She suffered a lot of loss. And now you have 2 weeks. Within this time, you will have to give $60,000 to that woman. Otherwise, your agency will be shut down. There, Lockwood's companion comes and gets angry at Lucy, that you both went on your mission without any inquiry. This is why this happened to you people. And then Lucy starts telling about that soul, which she had gone to catch both of them. That she was actually a new rising actress. She was about to work in the film, that she suddenly disappeared. After hearing this, Lucy's mind was like that actress, because she was feeling that maybe she is in trouble. She needs help. And because her source ring was still with Lucy, she could have come back. And this is exactly what happens. As soon as night falls, the source, because of that ring, that actress's soul comes to attack Lucy. Then Lucy, as soon as possible, comes to Lockwood and her companion and asks for help. These three fight with her a lot. They compete with her. And here they keep fighting for a long time. But as soon as they come to know that Lucy had brought her ring and her source with her, they imprison her in a silver thing, so that her soul cannot come inside the house. Upon asking, Lucy tells them. In response to this, both of them explain to her that ghosts need to be imprisoned not to help them. But Lucy had a different relationship with that actress. That's why she wanted to help her. This was the reason why she convinced Lockwood and her companion to support her. Before dawn, Lucy, using that ring, tries to talk to that actress's soul, by which she comes to know that her friend had strangled her and killed her. After knowing this, Lucy starts taking more interest in this case. But Lockwood says that we should not waste time on this case. In fact, we need the real case, so that we can earn money and increase the fine. At this time, the inspector calls Lockwood, who tells him that I have come to know that you have given Lucy a job without completing the training. That's why I have an offer for you. If you fire Lucy from the job, I will forgive you for the fine. Knowing this, he gets very worried, because he neither wanted to lose Lucy nor could he refuse the inspector. Then he gets an idea. To deal with this problem, he takes the case of that actress as his weapon, because as we know, she was an actress who suddenly disappeared. So at that time, there was a lot of discussion about this case. There was a lot of talk among many people. So by not bringing this case on the media again, Lockwood takes care of everyone, because he wanted to find a solution to this case and get his life back from the inspector. After investigating, it is found that the friendship of that actress was with an officer. And the day she disappeared, she met that officer that day too. And when she did not get any evidence against her, she was released. Now a famous agency girl comes here in the library. But Lockwood and her companion did not get along with them. That's why after teaching them a lesson, they come out of there. After which Lockwood goes alone. He comes to the media and tells that Lucy is with me in this case because she can connect with that actress, give this case a deeper look and reach her killer. Now he said this because he wanted to save Lucy from the inspector. But Lucy did not know about this, that Lockwood was thinking this. And because she did not want to come in the discussion now, she is very sad about this act of Lockwood. And to vent her anger, she goes to the training room, and she writes a 23-page practice grant. After which she takes out the same ring from the silver box and keeps it with her again. When Lockwood realizes his mistake, he he comes to Lucy and apologizes. Now the inspector calls Lucy to meet him, and in front of her, he brings the actress's officer friend and says that prove that he is the killer of that actress. But Lucy did not believe this because she did not know this case seriously. Lockwood was doing everything, so the inspector explains to her that Lockwood is a selfish person. He is taking care of you to become famous, so it is better for you to go back to your home than to come in any trouble. Now after leaving here, Lockwood comes to meet her, and these two clear their misunderstandings. Lockwood tells her that I said all this to save you, and now these two decide that from now on we will not hide anything from each other, and we will work together again. When these two come back home, they find out that a masked man has attacked their companion. So Lockwood fights with the masked man and kills him, while Lucy frees her companion. These people are not able to kill the masked man because he jumps out of the window and runs away. And these people understood that he had come here for the source of that actress, that is, for that ring. And when she checks the silver box, the ring is not in it. Because of this, she was worried that once again the opportunity to become famous was out of our hands. But Lucy encourages them and says that don't worry, I had already taken out that ring. Although she had stolen it, but these people do not scold her but praise her, because if she had not done this, the masked man would have gone for the ring. Then she goes to stop this case for the time being and decides to take a new case, because they really needed money to pay the fine. And now they go to a businessman to take this new real case, who tells them that I want to sell my mansion. But there are souls of some priests for whom I am not able to do this. And because I don't even want to bring this out, that's why I have chosen your agency. And in return for this dangerous work, I will give you your fine. But yes, in this mission, you will not take any bomb or any cracker with you. Now this mission was like hell, but if there is no way, the next day they leave for this mission, where the businessmen take their search and leave these ghosts alone in a dangerous house. Now these two are not scared, so Lockwood tells them that I had come here and had already hidden it on a bomb, so that we can use it in an emergency. As soon as these people reach a place to do their work, then the souls of the priests attack them. A priest's soul had to control Lucy, and Lucy was about to jump into the well that at the right time Lockwood and his companion came and saved Lucy. Now they come to know that the source of these souls is in the well. That's why Lockwood throws that bomb in the well, due to which those souls run away from here. And these people were out of this problem. But at the same time, Lockwood also came to know of a secret, which he also tells both of them, that the real killer of that actress is none other than this businessman. And the masked man who came to our house yesterday to take the source, that was also his. But because he could not harm us, the businessman trapped us in this life-threatening mission, so that we get out of the way and no one has any doubt. And the actress we are identifying, she should stop and the businessman should never be caught. After knowing this truth, the three of them start running away from here to save their lives. But the businessman comes here himself with a gun to kill them. Now Lucy gets an idea to get rid of him. She throws the ring in the air and calls the soul of the actress. The soul then strangles the businessman and gives him a painful death like the businessman had given him. Then this inspector also comes with his team, who first arrests them, and now they are released on the president's order, because the president had taken a promise from them that whatever happened here, they will not tell anyone about it. But after this, the three of them meet the owner of a famous agency, whose name was Joplin, who is the most powerful at the moment, because she is the only one who can talk to the three-stage dangerous ghosts. She keeps telling them about the ghosts. Lucy was listening to the talks very carefully. After coming home, Lockwood's companion explains to Lucy that you do not need to get so close to the ghosts, because often people go crazy because of this. But ignoring this, when Lucy goes to the store to keep some things, a ghost skull starts talking to her, due to which she also becomes unconscious immediately. When she comes to her senses, she finds out that she was sleeping for a long time, and she did not remember how she became unconscious. Anyway, ignoring this too, she starts working on her new case. Her case was to imprison a ghost in a grave, which keeps bothering people. Before this, many agencies tried to work on this case, but everyone failed. So to make this impossible case possible, she keeps going to that grave. Here, Lockwood's companion and Lucy's condition starts deteriorate, but still, as soon as she succeeds in imprisoning the source of this ghost. But as soon as the silver is removed from the body of the corpse, her ghost comes out of the grave. The glass that was worn on the corpse's neck, Lockwood's friend comes into his control. But once again Lucy proves that she is very brave. She was facing the ghost and saving everyone. And now she also remembers that I had spoken to the ghost's head. After which she comes home again and talks to the head. The head tells her that the power with which you have fought at this time, it is very dangerous and it will kill you. Hearing this, Lucy gets scared and tells the head to shut up. Then when Lockwood and his companion come home, Lucy tells them that this head was talking to me, on which they explain to her that this is the head of the third stage ghost, whom you cannot talk to, only the owner of the famous agency can do it for you, because it is a dangerous ghost. So you do this, instead of putting ghosts on your mind, take rest. After which Lockwood's companion goes to take out the meaning of what was written on the glass. The glass that was in the lane of the ghost in the grave. And Lockwood goes to Lucy and tells her that don't feel bad about anything I said. I did it in anger and I have complete faith in you. After which they go to their companion to talk to him. But he is not there, so it is understood that he must have gone to the graveyard, to that dead body. And now both of them go out to find him. When his companion was digging on a place, then the inspector comes here, and tells him that the glass has been stolen, which was in the lane of the dead body. Now in the meantime, Lockwood, Lucy and Joplin's famous agency had also reached here, where Lockwood comes to know that from now on, they have got this case instead of us. But Lockwood's companion surprises the inspector with his skills. That's why he orders these two teams that you will find that glass together. And he says and leaves from here. After his departure, there is a bet between these two agencies. Whoever found the glass first, he won. However, the other team will have to leave their work. After which these three go to their work to win the next day. They get the badge of an officer near the dead body, from which it is understood that the job of stealing the glass is not of a thief but of an agent. On the same thing, they continue their research, where they find a mask of a thief in the river, who used to be a good friend of Lockwood. Now here he gets some more clues to solve the case. That's why he sends his companion to the library, while he himself goes to meet someone with Lucy. During Lockwood's companion's search, Joplin becomes friends with him, with whom he goes inside the library. Then Lockwood attacks Lucy, with which she escapes as soon as possible. And now they meet another thief companion of Lockwood, because of which he wanted to reach the companion of the dead thief. She also tells him about a black market here, where such black and evil things are found, and someone must have sold the glass there. Anyway, as soon as the two go home, the thief's companion comes to meet him, and someone had attacked him with a knife from behind. That's why he breaks his oath there. And now this case gets even more complicated here. His companion tells that the dead body was of a doctor who used to do new experiments, and he also used to have secret meetings in his house, which meant that there is something special in that glass, which everyone is after him. Now Lucy finds out that the skull is of that doctor's servant, who deals with him that I will take you to that doctor's house. In return, you will have to free me. After listening to this, she goes to the doctor's house, where once again her life is in danger. But she finds out that that doctor was not a messiah. In fact, he was a mad doctor. He was a beast, who used to kill people after doing painful experiments on them. She also finds a book of the details of his experiments there, from which she comes back with her. But to understand this book, she had stolen a book from the library of a famous agency. To get it, she goes to their party. There, Lockwood's companion who was working with her, he tells her his entire plan, because they were now friends. Now Lockwood and Lucy succeed in taking the book, but before getting out of there, a blade man attacks them, but somehow by hitting him and giving him a slap, they succeed in running away with the book. After which their next mission was to steal the glass from the black market. To reach here, she asks for Lockwood's help. Now they reach the place of the black market with great difficulty, where the sack was kept, and she was stealing the glass from the other beasts. But once again the famous agency's blade man attacks them. To save the glass, Lockwood gives it to his companion, and tells him to take it to the inspector as soon as possible. And they both jump into the water and save their lives and reach home. But seeing the things of their companion, they come to know that the problem is not over yet. In fact, our companion is in the custody of that glass, which went with them to complete the mission of that black doctor. Then they immediately reach the graveyard behind it, where the people of the black market attacked them. Now Lockwood, along with that famous team, fights with all of them, while Lucy takes the skull and goes to save her companion. Now we see Lockwood's companion, after which it was found that Joplin is not a friend. In fact, he is the biggest enemy. He is a threat to us, and she was using me to complete her experiment. Now at the same time, Lucy reaches there, and to save her companion's life, she herself comes in front of the glass, and the skull was also cut in front of Joplin. Now to save Lucy, her companion breaks the glass, from which now Joplin herself is not seen in the glass, because his mission was failed. As soon as she picks up the glass, the light comes out of the glass and pulls Joplin inside her. While the souls of the people of the doctor who were trapped in the glass, they become free from it and go to their destination. But there was still no danger, because the doctor's own soul comes and attacks them. But at the right time, he comes here and stops Lockwood's soul, and saves both of them, after which they take Lockwood out of there with the support of their shoulders, because he was badly injured. And now because these three had solved another dangerous case, so their mission was completed to become famous. Their agency really becomes London's biggest agency now. And with this, the movie story ends here only.